Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, with special thanks to Revenant, Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Exsellsior, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook. Thanks for your support. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous beta. We had to take a bit of a pause there while we waited for the new update to drop. Unfortunately, we were right on the cusp of a major event, which I just could not get to work properly in the previous build. So I figured we were better off waiting, and it turns out that this update did indeed fix that issue. Aside from that, the new update also adds in visual upgrades, partial voice acting, a whole host of new content. And I have done my best to recreate our previous campaign, though there are some minor discrepancies here and there. First of all, you'll notice, of course, they have added actual visual support for Oreads now. We are no longer a metal penguin. And I've updated our character portrait to one of the new ones as well, to get something a bit more in line with what I could actually create with the Oread customization options. I actually like the way this one looks. I think it fits better with the way I've been running the character. Though I will also admit that, in part, this decision was because they simply did not have support for dwarf-like beards on Oreads. I should also note that while our characters are largely the same as before, the new update did drastically increase the difficulty of a lot of the encounters, so we were generally facing up to 50 or even 100% more opponents in most areas, which, while more challenging, also results in about 10% more XP for us and about 25 to 30% more loot. We have a couple of extra magic items, such as the Mithril +2 shield we've got on Creed, a lesser kinetic diadem that I just sold for 4,000 gold, and a new set of armor for Kaiser, which, as you can see, is now actually represented on his character model. That said, I should stress that barding is not yet fully implemented. They have some placeholders in there, but I've still got Kaiser set to use human armor. I did, however, pick up the barding proficiencies for Layla, and I've been informed that we should start finding magic barding once we hit the Grey Garrison. Right now, though, she'll be the slightly more vulnerable of our two Smilos. Oh, another side note, I did also briefly consider swapping out Kaiser for a dinosaur, because they did just add dinosaurs as an option for animal companions, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Sorry. But for those who are wondering, Triceratops and Velociraptors are now an option. Another thing I should really highlight here is that I think we're going to sideline Camellia for a while. Because in replaying through the campaign, to get back to this point, I suddenly realized that amulet she's wearing is not just her spell focus. It's actually a magic item that obscures her true alignment. And this whole time I was operating under the assumption that she was kind of self-centered, but true neutral. However, now I realize she could actually be anything, and based on our previous interactions, and those materials we found around Horgus Gwyrm's mansion, I've got a pretty strong suspicion she is not, in fact, well suited for our general moral leanings. So, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and bump her off the roster for the moment. We'll still have to use her for certain events, but in the meantime, I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and swap Waljip back in. And granted, he is chaotic, selfish, but at least we know he's not inherently evil. He's just really self-centered. We will need to see if we can scrounge up some better equipment for him, though. He's definitely pretty bare bones at the moment. Her armor went to Darren, bumps him up to 20 AC. Her ring went to Sela, gets her up to 26. And I think that might be it as far as prominent changes to our party go. let's jump back in and we'll take a tour of some of the new content. 1 second. Now, I do actually have a list I've put together here of content that we need to explore. All new material I've deliberately avoided while replaying up to this point, including these 2 new NPCs, one of whom has a quest for us. We've got new quests from the Storyteller. We still need to pick up a quest from Nenio. We've got a new companion we have to go pick up. And the wine cellar location out on the world map. That said, I don't want to get too bogged down in dialogue with that big event looming right over us, so we'll start with the 2 smallest things on the list. We'll have a chat with Camellia, and then we will follow up with the Storyteller. Greetings. The neat smile on Camellia's lips disappears so quickly, you almost wonder if you imagined it. So, you're Horgus's daughter. You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the Gwyrm name that he raised me in our mansion. No, wait, we've heard this. Camellia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate loyalty and decency. For both myself and my father, I thank you for your understanding. You know, your speech did mark you as one of noble birth. It's not exactly subtle. Camellia laughs her practiced, musical laugh as she watches you from under lowered lashes. You're most insightful, a fine quality to have. Camellia's laughter ends, and unspoken words hang in the silence. Yes, well, I suppose we all have our good and bad qualities. I wouldn't have pegged you as a philosopher. Inappropriate. I'm gonna go. I won't keep you. The dawning smile on Camellia's face freezes and quickly dies away. You know, I cannot believe I did not realize how creepy she is. Hearing your steps, the Storyteller turns to you slowly. Storyteller, I have some new items for you to examine. The Storyteller nods politely. Okay, that is the gold buckle. I know we've talked to him about that before, but I must not have done it in this campaign. As I recall, we need 5 magic essence to restore that item, and we currently have 2. What can you tell me about Tyrendelev? The Storyteller takes a deep breath and smiles. I am flying. I can finally spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. At sunset, it becomes smooth like a river. I see my reflection, as if another silver dragon is rising to me from the depths. But what is it? The scales on my chest are black, and darkness is spreading over my entire body. I wake up. Clear sky is swaying over me, blazing with heat. I am in human form. There is red dust of the wound stuck to my cracked lips. Someone is carrying me on a stretcher made of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely raise my hand to my face. The look of my own hand terrifies me. It is black, and the skin is glistening like scales melted by fire. I should probably cry, but I only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around. Out of sympathy for them, I left mountains, flights over rivers. I went to demons' lairs. They don't have a scratch on them, and I am infected with foulness. This is not fair. My life is more precious than their mere existence. Oh, how much I hate them in this moment. And then I suddenly feel shame. No, these are not my thoughts. The Crusaders carrying me are my good friends. I am glad they did not suffer, but I hate them and myself so much. Pain pierces me along with hatred. It's all because of them, all because of them. Someone walking beside me touches me, talks to me. But the only thing I hear is, "Your mentor, he will come, will help." And the conscience leaves me. The storyteller takes a deep breath, exiting the vision. So much hatred from Tyrendelev? Wasn't she on our side? Tyrendelev has come a long way. Once her unit was ambushed by demons who infected her with foulness. The Tyrendelev you met in Canabris went through all the trials and returned her former purity. What happened next? The storyteller puts his hand to his forehead. Sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know how Tyrendelev's story ended, but the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if you can find something else that used to belong to her, we will know more about her fight. However, no matter what we find out, remember, her soul, the soul of a real dragon, overcame all the obstacles and torments. She was able to become pure. For dragons are truly powerful, not only with their body, but with their spirit too. And what of this sword, storyteller? What do you see in its past? The storyteller touches the blade with his finger. Sadness rings in his voice. Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when we lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the Abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing, and there is nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes out into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by the angry howls of demons, killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I'm standing still on the wall. I am covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you, fall from the sky, strike from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with a golden light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine that the soft glimmering of the sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, "Hey, Discari's spawn! Who wants the best trophy of the night? You know my name, Yaniel. You know how many of you I have killed with this very hand? You want to curry favor with Darazand, Minago, or the echo of your lord? Bring them my head, if you can." Roaring and screaming, they rush toward me in a wave of deformed bodies and unfurled wings. The wave crashes against me, spattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings and chopped-up bodies plummet to the foot of the tower. In the heat of battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. He looks up at me in desperation, but can't help. He's carrying 2 wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. This is what I am fighting for. I am covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places, and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with radiance suddenly recoils, tearing the handle out of my blood-slickened hands. He flies up, but falls somewhere far behind the walls, by the road being taken by those fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in on me, filled with shrieking, mocking demon laughter. Dresden, I'm dying with you. Light of the sword, righteous Iomade. Accept my soul. The storyteller runs his hand along the blade with a sad smile. I know whose memory this is. I've heard about her so many times. Yaniel was a true crusader. Touching her memories is so cleansing. Do you see the future of this sword? Just one of the numerous possibilities. The blind elf touches the sword hilt, and metal rings in his voice. I slide out of the sheath swiftly. I proudly watch the army of warriors led by my lord. I sing, slashing the air, putting courage in their hearts. I am Radiance, tremble city of Dresden. My lady Yaniel has perished, but I am not done yet. Charge! The storyteller returns the sword to you. It is nice to know that this sword's glory days are not over. It has many battles ahead. Take care of it. It is a glorious sword. Okay, so that gives us leads on 2 new quests, one of which is clearly marked. Obviously, neither is going to be resolved in this act, but it was important to get them started now. With the Hernandez quest, I believe that is ultimately the quest that leads to one of the final unlocked mythic paths, the Golden Dragon path, which was a stretch goal in the original crowdfunding campaign. And then the other one, although it is not a marked quest yet, does give us a strong clue that we should make sure we bring Radiance with us when we lay siege to Dresden, which is ultimately our goal for Act 2. So that's going to be a while. We do have a slightly more immediate lead with this one, though, because you may recall that when we were clearing out the Tower of Estrid, we saw several of the displays for stolen artifacts, and one of them was the scale of Hernandez, which the curator told us had been cleared out by bandits who then fled the city. So obviously, that's the next piece of Hernandez we'll want to keep an eye out for. Though again, that is going to be a while. At the very least, we'll have to finish up our business here in Canabras. Anyway, I think that is enough talking for now. Let's go ahead and get some rest, reset our spell slots, and trigger that next event. Demons! The demons are attacking! Please, talk to Irabeth as soon as you can. Help us defend the tavern! It's uncanny. The timing in this was almost identical to in our previous campaign. Though, it is worth noting, they give you just enough time to finish exploring Canabras before the attack takes place. If you actually attack the Grey Garrison before the attack, you get a small bonus, though you also get less XP, so it does balance out. Irabeth's sword has been honed to razor sharpness. She is on edge, evident in the way she checks the fastenings on her armor over and over. Thank you for coming to our aid. Ready yourself. The attack is imminent. We need every blade we can count on, so the help of a fine swordsman like you would be invaluable. We expect an entire horde of enemies attacking from every direction possible. I guess I don't have to explain to you how to fight in such circumstances. Also, please keep in mind, according to my source, a master alchemist called Otharubo had arrived to the city recently. He is a well-known character among demon worshippers. He never showed up himself, but thanks to him, the cultists have prepared a cart full of incendiaries. They will try to burn the defender's heart to the ground. The arsonists are the main target. Keep an eye on them and take them down first, or else the land burns under our feet. Oh, right. You know what? I forgot to mention. One of the big things that jumped out at me in the new build is that the developers added a ton of little bits and pieces of reactivity like that, based on class, race, and, in this case, deity of choice, which you now get to choose, even if you're not playing a divine class. A lot of it's just for flavor, but there are definitely times when it has a very tangible effect on in-game events. Understood. What's the situation? We're primed and ready to defend this place. The enemy is keeping quiet, but don't be fooled by the lull. The demons have the tavern surrounded. They could strike at any moment. By the sweet barley brew, we're in a tavern. Caden Kalian will help us in battle. Sure enough, a mug of beer appears in your hand as if from nowhere. You drain it to the bottom and feel that along with the alcohol, your body gets filled with dashing vigor. Everything is going to be all right. The accidental god is on your side. Fantastic. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that scattered throughout the campaign now for pretty much every race and deity. I wholeheartedly approve. It definitely adds a lot of role-playing and replayability to the game. Iomedae, help us all. This battle won't be easy. Alright, let's just do some quick revision here. We are, of course, popping Cam out and bringing Waljif in. But otherwise, I think we're all set. Kill the arsonists! Okay, so full disclosure, I have played through this battle at least 6 times over the past couple of weeks, and I'm really hoping this will be the last time. It is the reason I had to pause the series, because it is the most ambitious set-piece battle in Act 1. It runs 20 rounds long, reinforcements show up every round, special reinforcements show up every 4 rounds. We have multiple objectives we have to protect around the map, and if any of them actually reach the tavern entrance behind Erebeth, we lose. In the previous build, it would usually work until about halfway through, but at that point there'd be so many characters on the map, so many corpses, and so many events firing, that it would inevitably derail and characters would start getting stuck in terrain or falling through the map or spawning outside the map, with the biggest problem being that the boss would often end up getting stuck outside the map, so we couldn't finish the event. But it should be working now, so let's toss up buffs, get into position, and see how this goes. Also worth noting, you can see that Caden has hit our entire party with heroism. Certainly not complaining about that. We're not going to worry too much about the fighters. They're mostly just cannon fodder. They're going to come in unlimited waves, and for the most part, Tirabade and her guys should be able to handle them. We're here to wrangle the actual demons and cultists that come in after them. As you can see, I did end up swapping out the Zen Speed for Barkskin on LAN. I had a couple of viewers who were really passionate about that one, and yeah, I can't really disagree. It is the more practical option, especially with Cam out of the party. Alright, we're going to run both Smilos up top. With any luck, they should be able to keep at least a couple of those archers alive. You know, maybe I spoke too soon. Woljif still needs shield and shield of faith.
Yes.
Ember's good to go. Smilo's en route. Nice. That is why we want to keep archers alive. Unfortunate. Please stop dying so quickly. Alright, Shield of Faith on Woljif. Yeah, that should stack. These guys seem to have the first wave under control. We're just going to kind of skirt around them. Let's buy the archer some breathing room.
Make every strike count.
Thank you, Lan. And Smilo's on site. Right, we still need shield. Pulse Life 2, if we can find time for it. But that one's a lower priority. I've been running a for fun campaign on the side, but it's an evil party, so I can try out the Lich path. And that means Ember is sitting it out. Okay, looking good.
I'll make short work of this.
Oh, nice hit. But not enough to get the job done. I really figured we'd have more people coming through the gate by now. It feels a bit strange, but I guess we will park ourselves right here. Thank you, Lan. Okay, we're coming up on round 4. Let's get Creed in position and toss up a buff. That runs 6 rounds, so we should be good until round 10. Wow, that reached pretty much everyone, too. Except for Darren, who's off on the far side of the battlefield. Not too shabby. Looking good. Oh, hey! Nice! I did not expect that. Good for that guy. Let's get Darren back in position. We're doing okay so far, but we might need some positive channeling. Yeah, I guess, keep holding. Sorry. There we go. Unlike the cannon fodder, notice that these guys are coming right at us. They have also added gore and dismemberment in this update.
Endure this!
You know, just in case you were wondering if Lan shot that man's head off. The answer is yes. And this looks to be the main choke point for the rooftop access, so we are going to park Kaiser and Layla right on top of it. Let's see here. Nice. That stops him from negative channeling. I don't know if it actually helps, but I am going to try to loot corpses as the opportunity arises, just to try to make it easier for the game to keep track of things. I will stress, though, aside from decluttering the battlefield, I don't think it's actually necessary. I believe any loot you do not pick up during this fight is automatically liquidated at the end of the fight. And then Tirabate gives it to you as like a cash bonus. We have not actually seen any arsonists yet, have we? I am becoming slightly concerned.
You won't survive me.
Time to share your treasures.
Alright, guys, I'm going to need you to start landing actual hits here. Like that. Try to be like that guy. Okay, let's do some damage control here. Barbarian's up next. And now he is not. Thank you, Ember. Oh, you know, I forgot to mention it before we got into this, but I also cranked up the difficulty. We are now running on core rules again. So, you know, don't be surprised if you see one of our guys suddenly take a 50 damage crit, because that is once again a possibility.
Into the fray!
Lovely. Thank you, Sela. More neophytes. What round is it? Round 7. Got it. Yeah, we should have definitely seen arsonists by now. There we go. Okay, so apparently they are not just tied to the round number. They're actually tied to specific key targets. In this case, the slumbering Discari cultist. That is good to know. Hope that didn't mess up any of the other event triggers. Okay, so they're going after the forge. I'm not sure what actually happens if they burn that down. I assume we lose access to Joran Vane's inventory. In fact, now that I think about it, there are 3 main objectives they will try to burn down during this assault, and there are 3 main vendors in this area. Nice. Stunned him. So it is possible that the objectives are each tied directly to one of the vendors. Lovely. First wave of arsonists are basically neutralized.
Distract them for me.
And where do you think you're going? That's what I thought. Ooh. Let's help out the Eagle Watch guys a bit.
Precision.
That one guy in the corner is taking a beating. And now he's dead. Oh. Oh, shoot. We have an arsonist up top. Stop that.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Thank you, Layla. We're getting a little too close to the spawn zone. We should start pulling back a bit. So, like, half the time, the neophytes just ignore our guys and head straight for the tavern. We might be able to take advantage of that. Then Kaiser ate him. This would be a great time for combat reflexes.
I will see to your demise.
Alright, so we want Creed a little farther left, but we want to make sure we keep Creed and Seela close enough to keep Shield Wall running. Yeah, we're coming up on round 10. Let's re-up Lion's Call. Forgot to move Creed. Oh, very nice. I sometimes forget that Ember can actually cast spells that aren't Slumber.
Out of my sight!
More neophytes. Where's our next high-value target? We don't even get XP for the neophytes.
Make every strike count.
Okay, let's bring Creed over a bit. We'll tuck Waljiff right behind the shield wall. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we've got an off-brand Beastman up top. Oh, that poor archer. I think the Smilos might actually need some help up there. Well, that looks uncomfortable. Get out of here. I have got to say, that archer is doing way better than I expected him to. More fighters, nothing to worry about. We do want to ease pressure on Tirabet's line, though. Oh. He's probably fine. More importantly, though, that means we've got the Schir incoming. I figure 2 rounds before it hits the Smilos.
Endure this!
Alright, Waljiff. We're going to need you up top. Come on, Kaiser.
I'll make short work of it.
Wow. Darren's actually killing it out there. And there's our next arsonist, finally. Just the one, I guess? Oh, there we go. More of that, please. Shoot, that is not what I meant to do. It's fine, keep moving.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Nope. Guess that would have made things too easy. Oh, wow. He's not even trying to burn down the objectives at this point. He's just hammering us and his allies. We need to knock out that arsonist, but he's hanging back. Looks like the Smilos are actually blocking access. So we will instead drop a mage armor on Layla. That was farther than I thought it would be. You alright? He's fine. Oh. Well, thank you. That does make things simpler.
Precision and grace.
Alright, we're getting pretty late in the fight at this point, so let's start pulling away from the gate. Yeah, see, that is exactly what we want to avoid.
No glory without risk!
Oh, you did not just stab Kaiser. Lan, please vaporize this guy.
You won't survive me.
Lan, I am slightly underwhelmed by the amount of vaporizing I am currently seeing. Okay, okay. That's fine. We can fix that. I can live with that. I figured it was more important to just get him clear than to worry about losing some HP. Darren, we could use some heals, please. Ooh, lovely. That will do quite nicely. Thank you.
Drown in the holy light.
We're also getting a lot of mileage out of that scimitar. Thank you, Lan. That is slightly less vaporized than I would like, but it will have to do. Nice, nice. We're almost done. Let's do a little more decluttering here. Cultists up top.
I will see to your demise.
The light take you.
Oh, more arsonists. Yeah, let's not do that. Hey. Good Kaiser. Oh boy. Let's trim that last arsonist. And I think we're in the final stretch here.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
There he is. I think that guy is actually 2 rounds ahead of schedule. We'll just start gravitating our guys in that direction. No hurry, I suppose. It will take him a couple of rounds to reach us. Well, Jeff, let's get you on those arsonists. We'll want to be careful. Give that guy a wide berth until Creed and Sela can lock him down.
Out of my sight!
Into the fray!
Let's start whittling this guy down.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay. I'm gonna guess about 80 hit points. Arsonists are going after storage. Oh, shoot. So that guy's a slayer. Well, that does give me pause. Hold. Dretch is incoming. Oh, yeah, they are beelining for Creed. Which is fine. That actually works to our advantage. Sela has joined the fray. Shield wall enabled.
Make every strike count.
Nice. He's down to about 50%, but obviously still dangerous. Initiate Operation Living Roadblock. Stage 1, success.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, so close. But I guess that would have felt kind of cheaty. We need to keep these things off Darren. Oh. Someday, cultists will master the art of the 5-foot step. And on that day, we will be in trouble. Nice. Oh boy.
Time to share your treasures!
You know what? I think Creed's got that. Alright, folks. I did want Creed to get the last hit in, but I cannot justify dragging this out any farther. Sela? That'll do. Thank you. Victory! Canabris bites back, and our teeth are sharp. Irabeth is glowing with zeal, and she raises her fists in triumph. Now we take the fight to them. What are our losses? Minimal. The battle wasn't easy, but thanks to you, we chewed them up and spat them out again. They thought they could break us, but they only bolstered our spirits. Will there be another attack? I doubt it. Demons aren't famed for their organization. We'll strike a blow at the Grey Garrison long before they regroup for a new assault. Well then, congratulations on the victory. It wouldn't have been possible without you. That reminds me, we found this among the attackers' remains. This trophy rightly belongs to you. Nicely done. Now our goal is to rout the demons in the Grey Garrison, just like we did here. Fantastic. And with that, we have officially removed the timer hanging over our heads. We can now finish exploring and grind encounters at our leisure. It also looks like we've completed the bulk of our main quests here. None of these can be progressed until we hit Act 2 or later, with the exception, of course, of the assault on the Grey Garrison. But we do actually have about 6 more things on my checklist here that we need to take care of before we can wrap up Act 1. Oh my. I like that they actually updated the area to make it look like they're doing cleanup. Oh, yeah, and like I said, all of the items we did not pick up have been sold, and I believe this is the gold value for those items. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've gotten varying amounts from that. Honestly, though, given the sheer length of that fight, I don't think it's really worth experimenting with, even if it does net you a little extra gold. That's cute. I'm glad the developers had some fun with the area designs. I really appreciate those little details. At any rate, we are well past time at this point, and although it was slightly rocky, I'm glad we made it through that, and we've got the series moving again. We'll go ahead and hit the pause button for now. I will sell off all of this random junk we picked up during the battle, and we will pick up here next time, as we start checking off these last few items on our list. We've got NPCs to talk to, a couple of items to collect, a location to clear, and a new companion to recruit. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.